Hey, Yankees fans, welcome back. There's a lot happening in this offseason, and we need to break down all the latest moves and rumors. Let's start with one name that's been buzzing lately, Hatsu Mietta. Reports are indicating that he hasn't received an offer yet, and for a player of his caliber, that's definitely surprising. It makes you think about the state of his market, because at one point, we all expected him to command a long-term deal. Just like Murakami, who ended up signing a 2-year contract with the White Sox for $34 million, Mietta's situation seems to mirror that scenario. If I were the Yankees, and the opportunity existed to bring him in on a short-term deal rather than locking into something long-term, I would jump at it immediately. It's not just the Yankees who should consider this, but really any team in Major League Baseball. This is one of those chances where the timing and the market align perfectly, giving teams an opening to make a smart move before things escalate into a bidding war. Mietta is only 27 years old, which is prime age for a pitcher, and he had a solid season last year. Of course, he's not Yamamoto. Yamamoto has emerged as one of the best pitchers in baseball right now, but that doesn't take away from what Mietta brings to the table. The comparison just highlights how high expectations were for these Japanese arms and how the market is reacting differently than we initially thought. Some teams might be hesitant to commit for 6, 7, or even 8 years, which is exactly what was once predicted for Mietta. At this point, a 3 to 4 year deal might be more realistic, and if the Yankees can negotiate that, it could turn into a significant opportunity. Timing is key here because January 2nd is the day by which he must sign, so there's pressure to make a move sooner rather than later. If the Yankees want him, they need to act decisively, and a shorter-term deal makes that much more feasible. While Mietta's market seems limited, it's also creating potential opportunities for other teams. Once word spreads that he's available, multiple teams could jump in, and that's when the negotiation gets tricky. Offers could rise, and what might have been a straightforward deal turns into a competitive situation. But right now, with no formal offers on the table, the Yankees have a window to strike while the situation is still manageable. Considering how unpredictable this offseason has been, taking advantage of these kinds of openings is critical. And when you combine that with the fact that the Yankees are also exploring options in the trade market for starting pitchers, it makes sense to keep all these possibilities in mind. Names like Freddie Peralta, Mackenzie Gore, and Sayo Katara have come up as potential trade targets, though acquiring them would require giving up significant prospect capital. The trade route can be effective, but it's costly, which is why signing Mietta now on a short-term deal could be more practical. Turning to another high-profile situation, there's been ongoing speculation about Cody Bellinger. His potential return in New York has been a constant topic, but so far, nothing seems settled. The discussions around him usually center on money, with reports suggesting that the Yankees and his camp are far apart in contract expectations. Bellinger's career has had its ups and downs, which we've talked about before, but when he's on, he's an elite corner outfielder with versatility that's invaluable to a team like the Yankees. Consider the flexibility he provides. If someone like Stanton misses a significant chunk of the season, Bellinger can shift positions, giving other players more opportunities and allowing the lineup to remain balanced. Bringing him back doesn't necessarily mean other young players have to leave. It's about fitting the pieces together strategically. And while the market has been strange this offseason, if Bellinger is willing to sign for something realistic, say a 3 to 5 year deal, it could make sense for both sides. The situation with Kyle Tucker adds another layer of complexity. If Tucker's market cools down and he's no longer demanding a massive deal, the Yankees might see him as a potential target as well. Off-season dynamics like this create a domino effect, where one move can influence another. Bellinger's potential return, Mietta's availability, and the possibility of targeting players like Tucker all intersect in a way that requires careful planning and quick decision-making. This is exactly the kind of environment that makes the offseason so intriguing. You never know when a team will make a decisive move, and the Yankees have the resources and flexibility to be active players in these scenarios. Analyzing the numbers from last season, both Bellinger and Tucker had impressive WAR totals, showing that they can contribute significantly when healthy. Tucker had a near 5 WAR, and Bellinger had around 5 as well, demonstrating consistent impact. Even though Tucker may have had a down year, his OPS and OPS plus metrics indicate that he still possesses elite offensive capabilities. Comparing these stats helps illustrate why teams would invest in players like this, even in an unpredictable market. It's all about evaluating talent, timing, and cost-effectiveness. The Yankees are in a position to leverage these factors, whether it's through free agency, trades, or strategic signings. And as January approaches, the urgency for decisions only grows, adding to the drama and anticipation that fans are experiencing. What makes this offseason particularly unusual is the combination of high-profile players, shifting market values, and the compressed timeline for decisions. Mietta's potential signing, Bellinger's contract negotiations, and the trade possibilities for other pitchers all converge to create a scenario where every move matters. Teams that act decisively will have an advantage, and the Yankees are in a position to make impactful decisions if they can navigate the complexities effectively. Observing how this all unfolds is fascinating because it underscores the unpredictability of baseball's offseason. Nothing is certain, and even players who seemed like sure bets just a few weeks ago are now in question. This keeps fans and analysts on their toes, analyzing every rumor and every report to predict what might happen next. As we continue to watch these developments, it becomes clear that strategy, timing, and evaluation are all critical. The Yankees have multiple options, and each choice has ramifications that could shape the team's roster for years to come. The balance between short-term opportunity and long-term planning is delicate, and the decisions made now will influence not only the immediate season, but also the franchise's trajectory. This is why paying attention to every market move, every player's status, and every potential deal is so compelling for fans and analysts alike. The intricacies of player evaluations, market behavior, and timing all combine to create the complex, exciting, and unpredictable environment that defines Major League Baseball's offseason. Moving forward, let's dig deeper into what the Yankees might do as January approaches. The Cody Bellinger situation is one of the most intriguing storylines because it encapsulates the unpredictability of this offseason. Every day that passes without a resolution increases uncertainty, and with the calendar quickly moving into January, the urgency becomes more pronounced. If Bellinger is serious about returning, he has to be decisive, and the Yankees need to be equally proactive. At this point, patience only has a limit. The market is unpredictable, and the longer it drags on, the more risk there is that other teams might enter discussions or that contract expectations could shift. Bellinger has the talent and versatility to make a tangible impact, but the negotiations must reflect a realistic understanding of both sides' priorities. A deal anywhere beyond 5 years might be too ambitious, and realistically, a 3 to 4 year arrangement could be ideal for balancing flexibility and performance security. The Yankees are likely considering all these scenarios, weighing the impact on their current roster, their payroll, and their strategy for the upcoming season. Meanwhile, the potential of signing Mietta continues to loom large. His situation highlights a trend we've been seeing with several pitchers from Japan. While talent is unquestionable, market dynamics are increasingly influencing contract length and value. The short-term opportunity for the Yankees to bring Mietta aboard without committing to a multi-year deal is particularly appealing. It represents a calculated risk with significant upside. Mietta has shown that he can perform at a high level, and his age places him squarely in the prime of his career. By taking advantage of a market that hasn't fully materialized for him yet, the Yankees could secure a high-caliber pitcher without the financial burden of a long-term contract. It's a scenario that requires swift action because once multiple teams show interest, negotiations could escalate, leading to higher offers and more competition. Timing, in this case, is everything, and the Yankees are in a position to act before the window closes. Turning attention back to the trade market, there are still opportunities for the Yankees to explore starting pitchers. Names like Freddie Peralta, Mackenzie Gore, and Alcantara have been mentioned as potential trade targets. While acquiring any of these pitchers would require giving up significant prospects, the potential rewards could be transformative for the team. Each pitcher brings a different set of skills, strengths, and development trajectories, which makes evaluating these options crucial. For example, Peralta has proven himself in the majors and could immediately slot into the rotation. Gore has a high ceiling and could provide long-term value if nurtured correctly. Alcantara's presence could add depth and reliability to the rotation for a shorter term. While the cost in prospects is high, the Yankees have historically been willing to invest in talent that can immediately impact the roster. Balancing short-term gains with the future pipeline of players is a delicate equation, and the decisions made now will reverberate throughout the organization. Another factor influencing the offseason is the dynamics surrounding Kyle Tucker. The market for elite corner outfielders has shifted, and if Tucker's asking price is lower than initially projected, the Yankees could see him as an opportunity. His combination of offensive production, defensive versatility, and relative youth makes him a highly valuable target. Similar to Bellinger, acquiring Tucker requires careful negotiation and timing. Teams must assess not only the talent, but also how a new acquisition fits within the existing roster, salary structure, and long-term strategy. The Yankees have to be strategic about which players they prioritize, how they structure contracts, and when they execute deals to maximize value. These are the kinds of off-season puzzles that make this period both exciting and challenging. Looking at the broader picture, the Yankees' off-season strategy seems to be centered on flexibility, timing, and seizing opportunities where market inefficiencies exist. Mietta, Bellinger, Tucker, and potential trade targets all represent different facets of this approach. Short-term contracts for high-upside pitchers, strategic acquisitions of corner outfielders, and calculated trades for rotation depth all tie into a larger framework designed to maintain competitiveness while managing risk. The uniqueness of this offseason, with unexpected gaps and shifts in player availability, makes it even more essential for teams to act decisively and with foresight. Statistical analysis also plays a crucial role in shaping decisions. Evaluating metrics like OPS, OPS+, WAR, and other advanced statistics helps determine both immediate impact and long-term potential. For instance, Bellinger and Tucker both had strong WAR numbers, indicating their ability to contribute at a high level. Meanwhile, Maetta's pitching performance, while promising, must be contextualized within league trends, team needs, and projected development. This data-driven approach complements the intuitive understanding of player value and team strategy. By combining analytics with a keen eye for timing and market dynamics, the Yankees can make informed decisions that maximize both competitiveness and efficiency. The interconnected nature of these moves also adds complexity. Acquiring one player can influence decisions regarding others. If Bellinger is signed, that could affect playing time for Dominguez or other outfielders. If Mietta is brought in, the rotation may need adjustments to optimize matchups and workloads. Similarly, targeting a player like Tucker could alter priorities for trades or free agent signings. Each move has ripple effects, and the Yankees must consider both immediate benefits and long-term implications. Off-season planning is not just about signing talent. It's about creating a cohesive, balanced, and flexible roster capable of navigating a full season's challenges. As January and February approach, the pace of activity is expected to increase. The next few weeks could see decisive action that shapes the team for the year ahead. Whether it's finalizing contracts, executing trades, or making unexpected moves, the Yankees front office has multiple options, and the timing of each decision is critical. Fans and analysts alike are watching closely, aware that even small developments can dramatically shift the landscape. The unpredictability of this period underscores the drama and excitement that make baseball off-seasons so compelling. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Whispers in the baseball world have exploded into a frenzy. Yordan Alvarez, the towering slugger known for his jaw-dropping power at the plate, has reportedly been announced by the New York Yankees. The Bronx Bombers, already infamous for their star-studded lineup, may now be on the verge of a seismic shift in the American League, as fans and analysts alike scramble to imagine the implications of this rumored addition. Sources close to the organization hint that Alvarez's arrival could transform the Yankees' offense into an almost unstoppable force. With a bat that can launch balls seemingly into another zip code, the slugger has earned a reputation not just for home runs, but for moments that electrify stadiums and dominate highlight reels. Yankees faithful are already daydreaming about the next chapter in the storied franchise, picturing a lineup that combines traditional power with a modern, dynamic presence. The speculation is not without its debates. Critics wonder how Alvarez would fit into an already crowded roster, and whether his transition to New York's high-pressure environment could match his performance in Houston. Yet, the sheer excitement surrounding the idea is undeniable. Social media is awash with projections, memes, and heated discussions, while insiders hint that this move could send shockwaves through the league's balance of power. Imagine the potential matchups. Opposing pitchers staring down one of the most feared bats in the game, the crowd roaring with every swing, and Yankee Stadium transformed into a fortress where the long ball reigns supreme. If the rumor holds true, this acquisition could redefine expectations, challenge pitching staffs across the league, and inject a fresh narrative into an already thrilling season. As the baseball world watches and speculates, one thing is clear. The mere prospect of Yordan Alvarez wearing pinstripes has ignited a fever pitch in the Bronx. Whether it's fantasy or the impending reality, fans are buzzing with the possibility that the Yankees' next chapter could be defined by one of the most powerful hitters in modern baseball. The rumor mills are spinning, the excitement is palpable, and the anticipation is nothing short of electric. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.